This reminds me of like a little fort.
It is kind of feels like a fort. It's very cozy. It's a really nice, safe little bubble of security. It has everything I need, and it's warm. It gets some nice ventilation, and you know, and it's a little slice of home.
With Graham. Graham, thank you for much. Chance to talk with Graham. Graham, thank you for much for joining. I decided I cannot talk.
That's okay.
It's still early in the morning. All right. So we're gonna try this again.
We'll get it.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we get a chance to talk with Graham. Graham, thank you so much for joining us on the channel.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So what are you traveling in these days?
Well, I'm in a 2012 Ford Flex. I've had it for about 8 years now, and I built it out so that I can be sort of stealthy in the city and outside. It's built out with solar panels on the inside, so I can put them on the outside, and I've got an awning on the side with a great tent. I originally built out my vehicle about 4 years ago to be slept in, and I've rebuilt it about 4 times since, so about every year, and this is the most successful build so far. I'm excited to share it with you.
Oh, very cool. Well, let's just go ahead and get a tour right now.
Sounds good.
All right, let's go.
Welcome to my rig. This is my build. I built this as a no-build build. It's using the bolts already in the chassis, so I didn't put anything extra in there. My favorite part about this that I added recently is this awning. It bolts right onto the rack on the top, and when I put it out, this whole thing takes only about like 30 seconds to a minute for me to put up by myself, which is really awesome. And then I got this tent, which fits exactly the size of the awning. It's an ARB touring tent. It's a little bit on the pricier side, but really worth it because the quality's great. The tent takes only actually a couple minutes, maybe 3 to 5 minutes to put up, surprisingly. So, and it all goes right inside the awning. You can see it clips right onto the awning here, and even zips on the front. So the whole thing just kind of fits right in together. And these pieces are all vented out too, so you can open it up out here in the desert. So this is my inner room, or my outer room, my foyer for my living space in my car. I actually have the door on this side is where I come on in to go into the bed. I'll show you that in a sec. But this is it's a nice little spot that gives me a place to kind of chill. I can cook my food in here. When it's cold, I have a heater that I can heat up in this space. And it just really provides like a nice little extra place. Also, I can put my bathroom up in here, which is great, and for some privacy. And I just love it. It makes for a nice little extended piece.
Now you mentioned the restroom. What do you use for a restroom?
One of those collapsible bucket type seats that all fold down. It's actually in my top storage right now. Because I was just packing up to head on out of Schoolypalooza, honestly. Well, welcome to the inside of my rig. So this is built to be nice and stealthy. I have all my kind of key stuff right here, my fire extinguisher. I've got my first aid kit right behind me. I built it this way so that when I park in like a rest stop or just kind of on the street, I could easily pop from the front to the back or even go over the front seats so nobody can really tell. I have lines that are like tied in and like all over the place that hold blackout curtains. And so I can just easily pull the blackout curtains into place. And I just have them on by like little mini carabiners, so like that. And I can open it up and real quickly, easy head on out if I want to, which is really nice. And then the bed, I have these, before I do that, I have these like storage things on the backs of all my seats. These hold all my various goodies, my deodorant, my fire extinguisher, got a water heater, my Alka-Seltzer, all the various things I need, my sleep aid pills when it's too loud out here at the festivals. So this is my bed, and I love it because this is, like I said, my 4th rebuild of this. I wasn't originally able to sit up all the way. I'm 6'3", and so it's kind of tough to find a vehicle that I can both lay out in and also sit up in. But this new build does that. I was able to accomplish it by taking out the back seats, the Ford Flex, which is very, very difficult and took a long time, but I was able to do it with my father-in-law. The bed itself is built on a expandable system, which is pretty common. I built this so that it actually will pull out. I'm not going to do it right now, but this will extend all the way out into the rest of the back area here. So if I go traveling with my wife, she can lay down here as well, and we can sleep together. But when it's just me, I just have it like this. I have a pressure relief mat that you see in kitchens, so it kind of keeps nice and soft. And then I use my bed itself is a 3-inch of closed foam, and then about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of memory foam right on top. I've used a lot of different beds and inflatable mattresses, and this is really actually the best. It's super, super comfortable for me. And then when I want to lay out, it's actually as you can see, it gives me even more than enough room. So for someone my size, at 6'3", it's actually super, super comfortable. In fact, this is generally more comfortable than just about any other bed I have. So I love sleeping in here. So I'm on the road about probably a total of a month to 2 a year. I travel around doing my work. I'm a doctor of anthropology. I've been working with people who live in vehicles for the past 15 years. I'm also the co-founder and director of the National Vehicle Residency Collective. So both in my work as an anthropologist, I conduct research with people living in vehicles, interviews with people living in vehicles all across the country, in the cities, out here in the desert, or you know, everything in between. And when I'm doing that research, I'm often in my vehicle, so I will go to places and park with people and get to meet them, or I'll use it as a more affordable way to travel around while I'm doing my work. And then actually for the National Vehicle Residency Collective, recently came down to the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous and set up a table, and we were able to talk to a whole bunch of people. So being out of my vehicle and being able to set up and show off my vehicle was a big part of being part of this community and meeting people. So when I'm traveling around, this is sort of my in-vehicle office. This is my little desk I made. It actually mounts into the cup holders, because like I said, this is a no-build build. It screws into a platform that I bolted into the bolts that were already in the car. And then I also got a shelf that I put across the back that goes across the window. Got a fan that goes in the back that's a nice big battery on that, and I can use that whenever I want to keep me cool, as well as this sort of blade fan that I put into the window, and so it pulls air in, and then I have it kind of circulating through, which keeps it nice and cool here in the summer. When I'm working, I just set up my laptop right on top of my little spot right here, and then I can plug it right into my power station. I have a Bluetti EB70 that I got a few years ago. Had great success with it, really enjoyed this battery. With great customer service too. I had to return it at one point early on, and they had no problems with that. I charge it up through either my car and my alternator when I'm driving, or I have solar panels. I have a single 220 watt Ecoflow solar panel, which is great because this thing only takes 200 watts. And as you know, with solar panels, you generally don't ever get anywhere near 100%. You might get 80% or something, which is then perfect because it's almost just about the max that this thing's going to take. I believe this is a 533 watt. It's got 700 watts of max output, but I think it's got 533 watt hour battery, which means that I can basically top this thing off within a day with my 220 watt panels, which is super cool. And then this thing actually by itself, normally what I use this for is not necessarily my laptop and stuff, but actually to charge to run my Go 20 Iceco refrigerator, which is one of the split freezer refrigerators combos. I took out the split and just use it as a refrigerator and keep it at 33 degrees so that it keeps everything nice and cool, and that way if it shuts off, it still has a good buffer time. But this battery will run this refrigerator for about 5 days straight without charging it, which is really cool because then I can just, like, if it does start getting low, I can run my car for an hour or something like that. It'll keep it going for like another day or so if I don't have sun for the solar panels. But of course the solar panels will top it right back up, and then I'm good to go. I have another battery that I use that I recently got. It's a 533 watt hour as well, and it's actually got a 30 watt panel that's built in, solar panel that's built in, and it's like a suitcase. You can just pop it right open. It charges that all the time, and I use that actually to charge my phone, my laptop, all my electronics, because it's just a lot easier to sort of just put out and charge real quick, and it just keeps everything topped off. I also have a single burner stove here, one of the ones that takes propane and butane. I use it, I have a small propane tank that I have all strapped up here and put away nice and safe in the back. And if I do cook in here, I make sure to open up all my windows. I generally cook outside the car, but if it's cold or rainy or something and I want to cook inside, I still can. I just open up the windows to make sure I have nice ventilation. And then all of this I have ratchet strapped in. So right now, since I'm out here, it's kind of not in place, but what I'll do is I put this down, I have ratchet straps underneath. I secure it all down before I drive because I don't want to be unsafe. I don't want stuff to go flying around if I get in an accident, but everything is nice and secure when I'm actually on the road. It's not, you know, completely blackout because you get a little bit on the top, but my windows are very tinted, so it makes it so that I get you know, pretty much instant privacy wherever I go.
This reminds me of like a little fort.
It is kind of feels like a fort. It's very cozy. You know, it's hard for two people to be in here, but it's for one person. It's a really nice, safe little bubble of security. It has everything I need, and it's warm. It gets some nice ventilation, and you know, and it's a little slice of home. So in the back here, you can see it from the back. I put like, you know, one of these little like cargo net things to hold everything in. I carry around one of these instant, you know, Walmart table deals, which is just awesome. They take up no space, but this is my main cooking platform when I'm on the road, and quick and easy. This holds the solar panels that you saw up front, and then everything just sticks right up here in the back wall. So I keep it all right back here behind my bed. One great thing about the Ford Flex, like a lot of vehicles, is it has an outlet in the back, a 12-volt outlet in the back. And I picked up this voltage monitor, which is actually for a refrigerator. So you can pick these up on Amazon for pretty cheap, like 15 bucks. But what it does is it monitors your battery to make sure it doesn't go, your car battery, to make sure it doesn't go below 12 volts, so you can still start it up. So I plug this in the back and then use this to power my battery through the alternator when I'm on the road. And if I happen to forget to unplug it, which happens all the time, it won't kill my main house battery, my main car battery. So works well. So the National Vehicle Residency Collective is a legal policy and program advocacy group. We work with people living in vehicles, people who are policymakers, legislators, as well as those who are trying to start up parking programs or other types of amenities for people living in vehicles, and actually a lot of lawyers and researchers as well. And we have these conversations. They're led by people living in vehicles. So we inform those people trying to start up those programs, create new funding, fighting back against criminalization. We inform their work with the voices of people living in vehicles. We work very closely with them to help a new legislature that protects the rights of people living in vehicles, and to maintain our access to open spaces, and even to create new spaces inside the cities and outside where we can get the amenities that we need to thrive and succeed.
So you're a big advocate for all of us nomads out here.
I am. I'm a big advocate for, I think, all of humanity, and I think that we need to respect and value what we all bring, particularly people living in vehicles. That nomads are reflexive within their environment. They are creating, innovating new ways of housing, and that many of us are using our vehicles as affordable housing in response to what we can see around us as a housing crisis. And so I really think that there's so much that we can learn from each other. I think of it as cross-pollinating. So a lot of I come out here and I learn things from communities that are in nomadic gatherings or large organizational events like the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, and then come back into cities and share that with people to help improve the programs and services that they want to offer to people who are living on the streets.
Graham, thank you so much for giving us a wonderful tour of your little home on wheels. We really appreciate it.
It was my pleasure. It was great to talk with you and share it with everybody.
Now, if we wanted to find out more information about the advocacy work that you do and the organization that you work for, how can we do that?
Well, you can learn more at our website at vehicleresidency.org, or you can visit our Facebook groups, the National Vehicle Residency Collective, or we have a large group, a community group for the National Vehicle Residency Collective. We have an Instagram page and a Twitter account, and we do monthly meetings of all of our members where we talk about all the work we're doing and what people are doing all across the country and share advocacy work. And then we also have a monthly leadership meeting and an annual summit. All of these are done online, and so they're all through Zoom meetings. You can attend from anywhere across the country. There's no fees, no dues for anything. Basically, they're all open meetings and anybody can join. So people just go to our website, sign up for the mailing list, and then they'll get an invite for the meetings.
That's really cool. Thank you again for all that work that you do for all of us nomads out there. That is greatly appreciated.
That's a pleasure.
Now, folks out there, what do you think of his tiny little build? And what do you think about the advocacy work that he's doing? Please let us know in the comments below. If you got anything out of today's video, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with friends, subscribe to the channel. But until next time, we'll see you down the road. So long.
See you down the road.